You're listening to a Frequency Podcast Network production.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
This is the Brock and Dalby Podcast.
Welcome to Tuesday. My name is Brock.
I'm Dalby. Welcome to the Brock and Dalby Podcast. And my memory is not the best. I've been meaning to do this for a few episodes. But we passed 250 episodes.
Oh, did we?
Friday of last week.
Oh, okay.
That was episode 250. This is 252, which is not as special, but still, thank you to everybody.
Even bigger than that. I don't know if you've realized or not, but today marks the 5th birthday of the global pandemic.
Oh, how exciting.
The 5-year anniversary of coronavirus, COVID-19, whatever the hell you want to call it, ruining our lives.
Can't wait to go to the grocery store, walk the wrong way against the stickers, arrows that are still on the floor, spit on a birthday cake with friends.
Dude, it is crazy. It does not feel like 5 years. Time feels like it's gone by so fast and so slowly at the same time. Like 5 years ago, people were freaking out about toilet paper. Right. I mean, we were also told it's going to be 2 weeks.
Right, two weeks to stop the spread. That's what they said, right? Everybody listen, just go home. Don't worry about work. Don't worry about anything else. Just 2 weeks. Hang out at home with your friends and your family. Not your friends, just your family. And then we'll be good. And then it was 2 years. It was crazy.
Yeah. I mean, it was a great time if you hated your family.
Honestly, yeah.
Because we had the travel ban in Ontario. You had to stay in your city.
It was wild, dude. I remember because we were in Winnipeg at the beginning of the pandemic. Literally the beginning of the pandemic. And I went to a Walmart and I watched a guy bring a pallet jack full of toilet paper out of the back. And I watched him get mobbed by just random strangers.
There's not much from the pandemic I miss, other than, I'll say this, some of y'all got to start washing your hands again, man. I see you in the bathroom. Sing happy birthday, wash your damn hands.
Hey, happy birthday twice. It's twice. That's all you need.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
Saw the greatest headline we're going to see all week.
Ma'am?
Ready for this?
Sure.
A man accidentally shot himself in the foot while trying to kill a cockroach in an unlucky and unfortunate series of events.
That's wild.
Check this out. Police say the victim, a 50-year-old man, was attempting to kill a cockroach with his shoe. He took off his shoe, threw it at the bug to kill it, but had a revolver he had hidden in the shoe. And he claims that when the shoe fell to the ground upon making contact, it discharged and the bullet hit him in the foot.
Damn, this is how James Bond goes down, eh? That's crazy. What do you mean he's got a revolver in his shoe?
I don't know. It does say here at the bottom of the article, it says Detroit police could not confirm whether the non-fatal shot was caused by the cockroach or not.
I love saying caused by the cockroach because it implies that the cockroach
pulled the gun on him,
got a hold of the shoe gun and was like, how you like me now?
Dude, I know they say cockroaches can survive anything, so I don't know, man. I don't know.
It's also like, what a roller coaster, because I was up here at the idea that this man was just shooting a gun at a cockroach. And then down here when it was like, oh, it was an accident. And then back up for the gun is in his shoe. What an amazing story.
It's not the most relatable story, but at the same time, how many times have you almost broke something in your house trying to kill a fly?
Oh, dude, when they start buzzing around your head and stuff like that. But either breaking stuff in your house or breaking yourself.
Yeah.
When you don't even realize it. Like, you ever go to swat a fly that's around your groin area? Basically, if you ever hit yourself in the nuts trying to kill a bug.
You get a mosquito on yourself and slap yourself in the face. But, I mean, in college, my roommate took a wet rag and flipped it at the window and cracked our window because he was trying to kill a fly. Bugs can be dangerous, man.
I think the worst I've ever done was there was some sort, I think it was like a bulldog or whatever you call those big ones that really bite. And it was in a buddy's dirty, lousy apartment back in Hay River, back out of high school. And I went to smash it against the wall, and it turns out
broke the drywall.
I hit a weak point in the drywall, and all of a sudden my hand is in the wall. It's I'm so sorry.
Do you know how many people have probably lost damage deposits because of bugs?
Oh, absolutely. There's so many things that you can, and they're always in the worst possible place. When
that also sounds like a BS excuse a teenager. I didn't punch a hole in the wall. I was trying to kill a fly.
Yeah, sure. Okay, pal.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
My brother-in-law grass into a ditch and goes south off pretty good because you didn't want to hit a squirrel in the road. Every time we see a squirrel, we always make fun of them down.
Man, I would be hard pressed to give my own life for a squirrel.
That's just like, how far do you swerve, right? Like, what about, is there oncoming traffic, all that stuff? Or do you just go, listen, I'm on the road. You made the move in front of me. That's your mistake.
You're jaywalking. You know, you're not following the rules of the road here.
Trying to explain to the deer why it's not at the deer crossing.
I think if anything is smaller than a dog,
Yeah.
I think you got to just keep driving, man. I don't know.
I think there's also something about domestication, though. Like squirrels, rabbits, that sort of thing. Like, hey, listen, you know, nature takes its course. I don't like cats. Very open about that. I would swerve for a cat. I don't think I could handle the aftermath of running over a cat.
Sure.
Seeing someone in the neighborhood Facebook group being like, someone ran over Mittens.
Someone else texted in and said they know someone that got into an accident because there was a wasp in the car.
That I get.
Yeah.
I fully get that.
I wonder how many people get into accidents because of stuff like that.
Because of like animals.
I'm curious. One sec. Accidents caused by bugs.
While you look that up, let me ask you, if you get into a car crash because of a wasp, do you tell anyone? Or do you just...
What do you tell the insurance company?
That's just it. That's what I'm saying.
Your premium's going to go through the roof.
It's not only is it embarrassing that a small bug took you off the road, but also like you're not going to do well with your insurance company.
According to Fishwick and Associates, it's estimated that roughly 650,000 car accidents a year are related to insects.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
650,000 a year from bugs, insects, other things. Are they all just in the car? Like, how else can a bug impact your situation? Unless you have a whole screen full of like mosquitoes covering the windshield, they must be in the car.
Yeah.
650,000 accidents.
I wonder how many of those are just coming from Australia alone. You ever see those videos of like the spiders getting into people's cars?
I'm not going to lie. If an Australian spider got in the passenger seat of my car, I will crash on purpose. I will kill us both.
Although an Australian car crash has got to be one of the funniest sounds of all time. Crikey!
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
Have you seen the video of the girl attacking another girl with a baton at the track and field event in the States?
It's wild. They're not even competing for first place. They're both losing.
If you haven't seen the video, text baton to 762-555. She comes around the corner here. She's losing. The girl passes her, and then she's bonk.
Just smashes her in the back of the head.
And now she tries to claim that she wasn't trying to attack her. The girl actually released a statement. Listen to this BS.
Everybody has feelings. So you're physically hurt, but you're not thinking of my mental, right?
Which is ridiculous.
The incredible audacity to hit someone in the skull with a rod.
You're thinking about me.
You're not thinking about how I feel.
Continues.
They're going off of one angle. A couple times hitting her, my baton got stuck behind her back like this, and it rolled up her back. I lost my balance, and when I pumped my arms again, she got hit. I know my intentions, but I would never hit somebody on purpose. They're assuming my character, calling me.
They're assuming my character because you put your arm up and you smacked him in the back of the head like you're Tony Soprano taking out someone.
And it's one of those things, too, where it's just like, listen, you know, we were running and my arm got stuck behind her and it just rolled up her back.
There's no way.
You held it up like Tanya Harding about to take out Nancy Kerrigan. In the history of track and field, the relay race, the baton race has been there for decades.
Well, you know,
this has never happened before.
I'm surprised this actually doesn't happen more. You know, you don't give into that sweet temptation when you're losing just to take someone out.
Like I said, right, there's someone clearly ahead of both of these runners. Neither of them is winning gold at this point. You would think that, yeah, if you had like a rivalry, especially at like a high school level or whatever, that you might just be like, make a bad decision and go bonk.
I'm just saying, if you want to get more people to watch track and field outside of the Olympics, Allow some body contact in there.
Let him start jostling elbows off the start line.
Yeah, make like an extreme track and field league. Like Usain Bolt considered himself the baddest man on the planet. Imagine tripping that guy off the start.
That way, and the thing is you could still have the purity of the sport because he was so fast. It would be tough to trip him. Like you would really have to lunge for him before he got away.
I think that would make track and field so much better. Just like all events, if you added body contact in there, or if they had like what's it called, the hurdles, but you made them like electric.
Oh, so that if you touch them at all,
you get zapped kind of thing?
It's watching someone like just the back of your thigh comes down on the thing and they just drop into the shale.
Yeah. There's that one where they hop over the hurdles in the water. You put like crocodiles in there.
Steeplechase. Hell yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Dude, imagine the like marathons and stuff, like the big distance runs where they have like 100 competitors all together. People love to watch NASCAR for the crashes.
They're throwing bows and everything.
Imagine if one person tripped another person in the marathon and it was fully legal and just 20 people all went down.
You get the decathlon, people holding each other underwater.
Basically just make all summer Olympic sports more like water polo.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
We got friend of the show, Richard, on the phone. What sport would be so much better if we added body contact to it?
Definitely curling. Throw a couple body checks in, it keeps it interesting.
You got the person throwing the rock, then the two sweepers, they start sweeping, they're getting the rock down the house. Then all of a sudden, just as they get to the other end, the skip from the other team gets to come out and defend.
Rock.
He gets to come out and defend the house.
Even the sweepers, like, you know how the other team will start sweeping to try and like stop it?
Yeah.
They're allowed to use those as weapons.
Just start batting each other?
Yeah.
Imagine taking a cross check and landing ass first on a curling stone. Oh.
I think it would be entertainment at its finest.
The Scotties tournaments of knuckles.
Dude, imagine if they went back to the old school, like straw brooms, getting smacked across the face with one of those things. That's disrespectful.
A few people saying soccer would be a lot more interesting if you added body contacting. I mean, it takes the flopping out of the game.
If you're going down, I'm putting you down.
Yeah.
It's basically what we're saying for
Someone
soccer.
else said NASCAR if they're just automatically allowed to just make it a crash-up derby.
Robin's racing, baby. Let's live it up.
Yeah, add right turns just to make it a little bit crazy, too.
Just switch them up, yeah.
We got a friend of the show, Russ, on the phone. Russ, if you could add body contact to one sport, what would it be, man?
I'd say golf.
You're just allowed to tackle someone as they're making their putt?
Oh, yeah.
You got to put the clock on them. You got 10 seconds to square up to your ball and hit it. Otherwise, they're allowed to hit you with a cart.
They won't see you coming.
If you were allowed to flinch someone as they're teeing off,
Yeah.
make it so much better.
I would be too tempted if I was the guy doing the shot, though, to just start swinging my club at the guy trying to flinch me.
Even better.
Caddies just become bodyguards at that point.
Square it up.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Just it'd be so dangerous.
I'll let you pick that up as a gimme if your caddy can beat up my caddy.
The ultimate golfing championship.
Oh, yeah. Start putting money on it. Oh, yeah.
This is the Brock and Dalby Podcast.
If you're a football fan, you know that Josh Allen signed a massive contract the other day with the Buffalo Bills, signing a 6-year, $330 million extension. Someone broke down his contract.
Oh, boy.
I always love these things. So it works out to per year, it's about $55 million, right?
Yeah.
Per month, it's over $5.8 million.
Oh.
Per week, it's over $1 million. A day, Josh Allen makes over $150,000.
Yeah.
Per minute, $104. Per second, Josh Allen made $1.74, $1.74, $1.74.
You know what the thing is, though? Is those numbers aren't even necessarily accurate because they're based on a second, a minute, an hour, a day, a week, all that. As if he worked every day of the year.
Yeah.
But he's an NFL player. He works realistically maybe 6 months out of the year.
Yeah, you know what would be friggin' depressing? If the average person did this with their salary.
No, don't do that. Don't ruin your Tuesday like that. Just let it go.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
You know, we've talked previously on the show about weird auction items. Hey, you always hear about it in rock memorabilia. People are buying old guitars and old cigarettes and stuff like that. I think I might have found an auction that tops all of it. someone just paid $9,000 for JFK's underwear.
Oh.
And not from obviously not from the day he was assassinated, not even from any time when he was the president. It was from when he was in the Navy.
What do you do with the underwear?
Well, I think that's the thing I would ask, right?
Do you frame them up and put them in the living room?
You could make the argument, JFK, very iconic figure in American history, so this would be game worn.
How do you get those authenticated too?
That's the thing. Is there DNA testing? If
who stole his underwear? Because if you think about it, if it was when he was in the Navy, unless it was he kept them and his family passed them down, someone just had to take his gitch and.
Well, I don't know that they would be stolen. So this was from allegedly, again, his time in the Navy with a hand-sewn label embroidered in the gitch, and I would assume that being military, someone was doing that laundry. I don't think you keep a basket and walk out to the laundromat. There's someone doing your laundry.
So someone stole his underwear.
Well, what it is it just could have been left behind and someone was like, oh, that's Kennedy's underwear.
I'm just saying, if you came to my house and I was like, look at this, I've got Austin Matthews underwear on the wall, you'd be like, how the hell did you get that?
That would be concerning.
Right?
That things have gone so bad that either Austin Matthews' career is on the downturn and he's selling his gitch online, or, a trainer for the Leafs is getting fired because that's a huge breach of privacy.
But, you just pin it up on the wall? Does it come framed?
Well, that's the thing is you'd have to frame it, right? These are 1940s underwear. They've probably already been through the ringer, so to speak.
Yeah.
You would want to protect them. If you're going to pay $9,000 for a man's gitch, you got to do what you can to make sure it's going to last.
Sure.
You don't want them falling apart on the mantle.
Yeah.
And then you invite people over, and that's the conversation starter.
You want to sniff them? Y'all want to sniff history for a second?
It would have to have one of those open backs on the frame so that you could just every now and again just... America.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
So apparently JFK's underwear is not the most expensive underwear that has ever been auctioned off before.
Which is crazy because it's sold for over $9,000 American.
Bryan Cranston's Breaking Bad character's underwear, the ones that he used when he's cooking meth.
Yeah.
Sold at an auction for $32,000 a few years ago.
$32,000 is crazy, especially because when you consider it's just a movie prop. They're not even really his underwear. He just wore them for one day of shooting. That's nuts.
Apparently, if you know punk rocker Gigi Allen, his underwear went up for auction for $5,000.
Oh,
which those probably had some skin stains on them. I was
going to say, that's a scratch and sniff item.
I have gone into a weird place of the internet. You know how, if you're a sports card collector, you know how some cards, they'll have the mesh from a basketball jersey or a hockey jersey in there?
Oh, yeah.
There's a series of cards that you can buy. And they're wardrobe cards. They have Uma Thurman's underwear from movies, Jeremy Piven's underwear from movies, stuff like that.
Who's buying this?
They're in a card and they're going for $2.99 on eBay right now.
$2.99.
Yeah.
That's and you get the bonus of your name immediately being put on a list.
I mean, also with that being said, there are underwear vending machines in Japan, so this isn't as obscure as we're making it out to be.
I don't think those ones go for $9,000 though.
If you're looking to make a quick buck, though, I'm just saying, man.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
It's time for Brock and Dalby's Draft.
If you didn't know, today is 311 Day, so we were asking you to come original. And in honor of 311, we are doing a draft of the greatest bands with numbers in their name.
A lot of suggestions that came in on the text line that I hadn't even considered, hadn't even pondered. Some that may have even changed my mind, but I did win rock, paper, scissors. I did win first overall pick. And as funny as I thought it would be, it was the text messages that convinced me that I actually do need to take Blink-182 with my first overall
so much,
pick.
Man, you know that's my favorite band. That's not fair.
I know it's your favorite band.
That's not fair.
But you looked me in the eyes. What other band should be first overall? I had to take Blink-182. I'm taking them with my first overall pick. It's an amazing band.
They sold over 50 million records. They've been dominating the radio for 30 years.
I had no idea about all that.
Okay. With my number one pick, I am going to go with Sum 41 then.
I figured that was going to go off the board
Second
next.
to Blink 182, it would have been my second pick on the board. I mean, 15 million albums. They've got 2 Junos, plus they're Canadian on top of that.
Absolutely. A great numbered band. Although I will say, would not have been my second pick. Because for number 2, I'm going to take 9 Inch Nails.
Damn it.
9 Inch Nails is just one of the most iconic,
lost this draft.
rock names in general, and then also just banger after banger from this band. Not to even mention all the stuff Trent Reznor has done in Hollywood, the movie industry.
Yeah, that is true. I'll go Avenged Sevenfold in at number 2 for myself. Another band that sold millions of records worldwide. They've been nominated for a Grammy at one point.
Absolutely.
They've been featured in so many video game soundtracks and stuff like that.
They're a huge band. Absolutely great second overall pick. I will say getting Blink and 9 Inch Nails has opened the door for me to maybe go a little bit off the beaten path with my third pick. Because if you're asking me realistically, in my heart, one of the best bands with a number in the name, I'm going to pick at number 3, The Four Tops.
The Four Tops?
Do you remember The Four Tops?
Is that like one of those? Ooh.
Turn my computer on for a second. You listen to this and tell me they don't deserve a spot in the top 3 greatest numbered bands of all time.
I mean, you're not wrong. You're not wrong on that.
Also, imagine going to see The Four Tops with Blink 182 and 9 Inch Nails. What a set.
What a festival lineup that is. Damn it, I lost this draft already. All right, with my third pick, I'm going to go with Matchbox 20, honestly.
You know what? Underrated pick. Good for you.
Oh, dude, I mean, they've been nominated for a few Grammys, millions of records sold. Plus, I mean, dude, if you're gone, you tell me you don't shed a little tear.
Oh, absolutely. You want to push her around? Come on now.
Oh, my God.
I mean, that said, if I was trying to counter the Four Tops, I would have gone with the Easy Jackson 5, but that's up to you.
Damn it, I'm so mad.
Picks.
I can't believe you took Blink 182.
I can't believe you didn't expect it was coming.
We're not friends anymore. We're officially not friends anymore.
Just to fully establish, my picks, Blink 182, 9 Inch Nails, and the Four Tops.
Damn it, I'm taking an L today. I got Sum 41, Avenged Sevenfold, and Matchbox 20 in at number 3 there.
I'd listen to all 6 bands, if I'm being honest.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you can go ahead and vote for who you think has the best lineup.
If we didn't have to talk to each other for a living, I wouldn't be talking to you for the rest of today.
The Brock and Dobby Podcast.
You know, they say never say never. Your boy got a W in the draft this morning.
I'll just have to remember this the next time we do a draft and I feel like I just got outmatched at every turn. I'll just start whining about how I'm losing.
I think I got a lot of sympathy votes. A lot of people are mad at you for taking Blink 182.
Also, one person specifically said, I'll vote for Brock if he stops complaining. So shout out to Art on that.
Thank you for the sympathy votes.
Hey, listen, at the end of the day, the fact of the matter is votes are votes. When the archives are written, they won't say that you won this out of sympathy. They'll just say that you won. So congratulations. You won without your favorite band. But I do have a challenge for you. Someone texted in and said, how far do you think you could count using numbered bands?
Oh, damn.
Could you get all the way to Blink 182? Oh. And probably not. Like, there probably isn't a 181 band out there somewhere.
All right, let's start off. I'm trying to think of just a one. Okay. One Bad Son.
One Bad Son.
U2.
Yeah.
3 Days Grace.
Perfect.
4 Non-Blondes.
Oh, yeah.
5 Finger Death Punch.
Yeah.
Electric Six.
Eve 6.
Eve 6. L7.
Yeah.
8.
Ooh.
What's a band with 8?
How do you feel about using songs? Because I thought of a song 8 days a week.
Yeah, but that's cheating. That's not what it. No,
there's probably a Beatles cover band called 8 Days a Week.
Is there any band with 8 in the title?
I can't think of one off the top of my head. If I Google
Blink 182,
because it's 18 though.
Yeah. Damn it! I mean, 9 Inch Nails, 10-foot pole, Finger 11.
Yeah.
Where do you go for 12?
I don't have a 12 on me either. I'm still stuck on 8.
The 12 wise men? I
think there were only 3 of them.
There's a group.
There were 12 apostles.
Yeah. The 12 apostles, that's what I meant.
Good to see Catholic school work real well for you.
Does anybody know a band with 8 in the title?
There has to be at least some band out there somewhere.
Yeah.
Maybe not in rock, but like somewhere.
I'm brain farting hard right now.
I got no 8s.
There's no way we're getting to Blink 182.
This is the Brock and Dalby Podcast.
Conor McGregor has sent out a formal warning to anyone who's planning to go see Limp Bizkit in Ireland today. He posted on his Instagram and said, "Who's going to Limp Bizkit in Ireland tomorrow? I'll be banging the center of the mosh pit if anyone's looking for their jaw broke and their teeth sent." Imagine running into Conor McGregor in the mosh pit.
Absolutely not. Not a chance in hell that I would try. Well, actually, you know what? If I thought I saw a clear path, I might take a run at him.
Why?
I might take a run at him.
That guy's going to be zooted out of his mind.
Well, but that's what I'm saying. I'm not running at him from the front. It's coward behavior. But if I could like give him a little tap in the back and then disappear into the crowd, that'd be great.
This is the worst kind of guy to be in a mosh pit.
Oh, 100%. This is exactly the guy in the mosh pit that makes you go, oh, maybe I don't mosh today.
Although then again, I mean, if he swings on you, there could be a good paycheck coming your way.
I don't know, because I think the whole thing is like there's an expectation in a mosh pit, right? So I think you'd be hard pressed to call it assault when he's just dancing.
I don't know. That dude at that bar that he punched got paid out pretty good.
That dude was sitting at a bar, though.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
I was thinking with all the talk about censorship that we've been doing lately, we censor songs and stuff like that. We've never really censored band names before.
Okay.
And so I thought we could use this because they're probably not going to be as funny as censoring full lines of dialogue in songs, but it could be like a little bit of a warm-up, a little bit of a test for people to tune their ears to hear words that are being censored with some band names that are fairly regular. I mean, here, you could probably tell me what this band name is.
Nickelback.
Chillo.
Chilliwack. Why does that one sound dirty?
Chillo.
It's anything that ends with that hard K sound.
That one sounds racist for some reason.
Okay, what about this one?
Boy.
Whoa, lover boy.
Lover boy, yeah.
That R, dude. Oh my God.
The Northern
Got that one?
Northern Pikes.
Yes, the Northern Pikes. That's
all
right.
of these sound insanely offensive. This Sorry, what?
3 days.
3 Days Grace. All of these sound like bands that would be playing at some sort of rally.
Down a lot of bikes in the crowd.
Yeah,
Tokyo Club.
Tokyo Police Club.
Yeah.
The Whores.
What?
The Whores.
The Doors?
Yeah, the Doors. What did you think it was?
I mean, I'm sure there's a band with what I'm thinking, but
Black Sabbath.
Black Sabbath.
Yeah.
Pink.
That's the title of a video on Brazzers. For sure, dude.
Couple more here.
Alice in
Chains.
Yeah.
Fighters.
Foo Fighters.
Yeah.
9 Inch.
It's another video on RedTube for sure.
And one last one.
The Elephant.
Cage the Elephant.
That's right. That's all you should do to the elephant.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
Gene Simmons is on tour right now, and apparently he is charging $12,000 for one lucky fan to be his personal assistant and band roadie for a day.
This is crazy. I mean, just the idea that he is so famous and somehow so beloved that someone would pay $12,000 to take a union job and do it themselves.
It really doesn't sound that cool. You're supposed to help load in, set up the stage. The only cool thing is you get to listen to a sound check, and they say that you get to spend some time with him, which if anyone who's ever done a Kiss meet and greet before, they're in and out so fast.
Right.
So
and you mentioned it earlier, like he's not going to be around when you're doing the load in, so it's not like you're spending any time there.
You're just hanging out with roadies, basically.
Stage setup, he's not there. How long is a Gene Simmons solo sound check realistically even going to take?
The meet and greet's probably just long enough for him to wag his tongue at you, and that's it.
That's about it. Gives you a little double flick, and then you just go, all right, on your way, $12,000 well spent.
This is the Brock and Dalby Podcast.
Send a text. Text, send us a text, 762-555. Send a text. No, send a text. No. Send a text, send us all your questions, 762-555. Send a text. No, send a text now. Texty Tuesday, texty, yeah. Send us all your questions, yeah. Texty Tuesday, texty, yeah. 762-555.
The vocal fry is crazy.
That is Brocqua.
Oh, God.
First one in here says, will you guys be celebrating Stone Cold Appreciation Day this weekend? Friggin' right.
I haven't stunned anybody in a while, but I already live a don't trust anybody lifestyle.
Oh, all you need to do is flip everyone off and just drink beer, and that's how you celebrate Stone Cold Appreciation Day.
Do you ever seen anybody try to stone cold 2 beer bottles instead of beer cans?
Yeah.
One of the funniest things you'll ever see.
Wear your underwear and a vest and just drink some beer, and that's how you do it.
Maybe let your neighbors know what's happening first.
Nah. Someone said, who would win in a fight, a polar bear or a great white shark?
Where's the fight happening?
I mean, that's the thing. If it's in the water, it's shark all day, right?
And if it's happening on land, then the
it's
shark
bear.
is screwed. So this is one of those fights that, like, unless we come up with some sort of exoskeleton for one or the other, we'll never know the answer.
Mm-hmm. If you give shark feet, still bear. No, it's still bear because it's got the claws.
I think bear wins that fight. I just think, I mean, it's got arms, it's got legs, it's got claws.
Hold up. Street shark versus Coca-Cola bear.
Oh, street shark for sure. That Coca-Cola bear is a wuss.
Someone said, what's a discontinued product you wish would come back?
Discontinued product you wish would come back?
You know what I've been craving? Those, what was the drink with the lizard on it?
Sobe.
Oh, I've been craving those.
And then it had the Rebus puzzles in the lid.
Those were fire.
I don't know that I ever drank a Sobe, but they were big in my high school, and I would always collect the caps to read them.
That and $5 footlongs.
$5 footlong. Well, I mean, if we're going to go to that, give me Toonie Tuesday. Let me give you a $2 Canadian coin in exchange for 2 pieces of fried chicken and a reasonable amount of French fries.
Hold up. I've got the best answer. Pizza Hut buffet.
You know what? They're still out there in like these really small towns. I don't know where the closest one to us is. If I found out, I would drive.
Oh, my God.
Pizza Hut buffet is a big part of why I am the man I am today. And by that, I mean diabetic.
Drinking from those red cups just hit differently, too.
The red cup. Dude, I went down, and I know we're not supposed to do this anymore, but I went down, I don't even remember the name, some abandoned town in New York. And I found an old-style Pizza Hut. Didn't have the buffet, but it did have the frosted cups. And that was the best Dr. Pepper I ever drank in my whole life.
A Pepsi hits different in that. I'm a Coke guy, but Pepsi hits nice in those
They're
cups.
not the same. The cups are magical, and I won't hear the science to prove me wrong.
Someone said if you could bring back any celebrity back to life, who would it be?
Ooh, any celebrity? I would have loved to have heard more Freddie Mercury. I would have loved to have seen where he went with the rest of his career.
There's so many musicians you could go with, but I also feel like Mr. Rogers. I just think there's so many kids who didn't get to grow up hearing, hello, neighbor.
Right, yeah, no, that's true.
That makes me sad.
If we're talking about actors, imagine... We're talking about winding down to the end of the Fast and Furious franchise. Imagine how much longer they could go if Paul Walker was still here with us.
I don't want to say I'm thankful that anyone passed
You heard it. You heard him say it.
I didn't say it. I thought it.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
Ed's word of the day.
Let's see what he's got.
Good morning. Today's word is waggish. Yeah, waggish. W-A-G-G-I-S. Waggish.
I got hungry.
And it's humorous in a playful or mischievous manner. So I guess it's kind of like flirting. I don't know. Anyways, that just what does it. Have a great one.
It'd be funny. Cheers, Ed. It'd be funny to be like, oh, yeah, that's my buddy over there. He's a real wag.
He's being a real wag today.
Yeah.
I like to think that you're being waggish when you make jokes about my hairline or my midsection. You know, You're just busting balls.
I'm just wagging you, man.
That's all this is. Waggish is just a maybe more socially acceptable term for busting balls.
I'm just wagging your balls. Doesn't sound good. No.
You
can't use that one.
You got to take balls all the way out of the equation when you put waggish in there.
Waggish, waggish. Use it wherever you can. Just don't use it in that way.
Nope.
For more Brock and Dalby, tune in weekday mornings 5:30 to 9.